This video will show you how to replace the idler arm bracket on a GMC Sierra 2500. This will be accessed from under the front of your vehicle. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. To be able to easily gain access, I like to remove a couple shields from under the front of my vehicle. Directly on the front, you're going to find you have a plastic skid shield. As you make your way rearward, you're going to find that you have a metallic shield. Let's start removing the pair. As for each of these shields, you're going to be using a 15mm for your mounting hardware. The front shield has 5 pieces of hardware. We'll make sure we're holding that shield. Go ahead and remove the shield from the vehicle. Now we're moving to our next shield. This one's held in place with 4 15mm headed mounting bolts. Now that we have those shields out of the way, we can have a look up into this area. Just above our sway bar and above the frame, we can see where our idler arm is and the idler arm bracket. We're going to be removing these two as a pair. To remove them, we're starting up at the idler arm bracket. You're going to find that you have 2 21mm headed mounting bolts protruding from the front towards the rear. On the rearward side, closest to the engine, you're going to find 2 21mm mounting nuts. There's our mounting nut. Just a quick inspection of that, make sure it's still reusable. I'm going to leave that bolt in there temporarily. Now we can make our way to the next piece of hardware just above it. There's the other mounting nut. Now at this point, once you have the nuts off of there, you're going to find that you also have washers on the inboard side. Quite a bit of grease on this. Pop those off of there. Let's remove the bolts. Each one of your bolts should have a washer on the head side as well. There's our 2 bolts. Each of those are the same. You do not need to worry about mixing them up. Go ahead and clean them up and set them aside. Now as we follow our idler arm, you can see where it connects to our center link. We have a 21mm mounting nut holding this in place. There's that. Continuing on, we want to gently start tapping on this to release it. You can either tap here or you could try using a pickle fork, whatever's easiest for you. See if we can get this to move. Okay, so that's separated pretty easy. Now we should be able to take hold of this entire unit. We're going to lift it up, and we'll start sliding it out of position. Let's get this over to the bench. Now we brought the entire thing over to a vise. This is going to hold it still for us. I have the vise holding the idler arm itself. Now as far as the mounting nut, you're going to have to use a 24mm to turn this counterclockwise. If you find that the stud of the idler bracket spins, you're going to have to hold the center stud using an 8mm Allen head directly in the center there. For now, I'm just going to use some penetrant and a wire brush. I want to see if I can get this to break free otherwise. Now as you can tell, my mounting nut is turning without spinning the stud. This may or may not happen for you. Let's show you what it looks like if it does not spin without holding that stud. I have my Allen head socket. I'm going to line this up. We'll tap this into position. Okay, I have this loose enough. Let's get our socket off of there. Use some penetrant here. Now we're going to separate the two. To do this, I'm using my original mounting nut. I'll start it back on here, just a couple threads. We want to make sure we can still easily move it. Now at this point, we're going to tap on this area, which is going to drive our idler bracket out and away from the idler arm. A quick inspection of this and we'll set it aside. Get this out of the vise. And there it is, friend. Now it's time to install the brand new idler arm bracket. We'll install our mounting nut. Now we can start tightening our mounting nut. Use our 24mm wrench for the mounting nut. 8mm socket in the center there. Okay, so right there is bottomed out. We'll torque this to 46 foot-pounds. Now, a note about this, you can pivot this as necessary. Let's wait on that and get this over to the vehicle. Prior to installation of any brand new part, of course, we want to make sure we clean and inspect our mounting areas. For this job, we have to clean the bracket on the frame, and then of course, we also have to clean the port on our center link. Just going to use a wire brush for this. Nothing's rotted, weak, or damaged with this. This feels good. Make our way over to the center link here. That feels good as well. Now let's go ahead and get this in place. We're going to come up nice and high. I want to bring the stud of the idler arm down into our center link. At the same time as doing that, we want to make sure we have the idler arm bracket lined up with the bracket on the frame itself. Now that I have that in place, I'm going to continue on with my two mounting bolts. I've applied red thread locker. We already have a washer on each close to the head of the mounting bolt. Slide that straight on through. Same for the other one. On the rearward side, closest to the engine, let's continue on with our washers and our mounting nuts. With both these bolts started, let's go ahead and snug them up and torque them to 78 foot-pounds. Now let's move along to our next piece of hardware. We're installing our brand new castle nut onto the idler arm. Go ahead and snug this up and torque it to 46 foot-pounds. Now once you have it torqued, you need to pay attention to the slots on the mounting nut in comparison to the port that goes through the stud on the idler arm. We need to make sure one of the slots is aligned with that port so we can install a locking cotter pin. If it's not aligned, continue tightening until the very next slot is. We've got our brand new cotter pin. This does align. Let's make sure we pin it over so there's no way this nut can loosen up on us while we're driving down the road. Now, one last quick inspection in this area and we can reinstall our shields. We're starting with the rearward shield. We have our 15mm headed mounting bolts. We're going to start in each of them before tightening any of them. They're all started in, let's snug them up. Double check to make sure that's secured in place. We'll continue on with the forward shield next. Same process for this shield. We're starting in each piece of hardware before tightening any. Okay friend, we finished our installation. Now the next thing you want to do is take your vehicle for a road test, listen for any odd noises, and get yourself a four-wheel alignment. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.